Sophia Voiles, you're going to see spin, spin, and more spin. That spin leads to a lot of strikeouts, a lot of fly ball outs. Also complements that with an effective off-speed pitch.
Elon Butler steps in. We are ready to go. Glad to have you along for the ride this week. Speaking of investment, the school investing in the program, new stadium. They're going to be starting to build that for next season, for the year after that.
Intensity's high once you get to the postseason.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat, and she breaks out off speed. And
a lot of competitive moments.
Ball's hit out towards right center field. A little flare off the bat along Quiroga, and it drops. Anders hits it fair past third, down the left field corner. Great pickup by Willer, who makes a quick throw to third. Career high 15 homers this year for Bell, and she sends one in the air to right. Let's see if it's deep enough. Edgman makes the catch, tagging. Quiroga stops. Now halfway to third is Anders, and she's in a rundown. They're coming towards the plate. Back towards third base, and she's out of the baseline. She should be out regardless. She is tagged. Cal comes in having won their last 4 games. They won the last game of a series against Virginia Tech, and then went to Syracuse to end the regular season last weekend and swept that. Ended Syracuse hopes of playing in this ACC championship. Chopped right side, a diving stop from her backside.
I mean, both teams are fired up and ready to play. Look at that deep angle to the outfield. A great effort play, great technique play from Phillips.
Wheeler does have 7 home runs, and just about a half hour ago was named 3rd team All-ACC and All-Freshman team. The Esper squares, he gets the bunt down. The play is at first, and a high throw by Andrade down the line. Gottlieb scores. Willer coming home. Lesper all the way to third. So Tech. Well, Lesper should get
the sacrifice to move the runners into scoring position and really give herself up, and instead, because of the throwing error from Cal,
hasn't seen a lot of the field the last few weeks. That one's going to get out of the infield, trickle into right center field. Tucker just guides it in the air up the middle. Connolly to third, backhand. Andrade to second, out to first, not in time. Anna Reimer is a senior. Kelsey Spencer's going to bring in a pinch runner, and that's going to be a pitching change.
Forcing busy minds for the Cal defense.
Bouncy ball up the middle, base hit. Coming around third, Connolly to the plate. The throw is there, but it skips away from Quiroga. Throw back to third base.
Standing throw from Lee. And if the ball is caught and handled by Quiroga, that looks to be a potential out at the plate. But
liner knocked down. Andrade, that's a fair ball, and that's going to be an infield hit, I assume, and it's going to leave the bases loaded. Dugout clapping as Edgman up with the bases loaded, one out, and hits a high fly to right. Back goes Butler on the run, makes the catch. The lead 2 runners tag, both advance 60 feet. So they have batted around in the first inning. Gottlieb started the inning. An infield hit, hits a slow roller right back to the same player, Phillips. This one not hit as hard, and 4 of the 5 runs are earned runs, just 1 unearned. But a costly error nonetheless for Cal defensively. It's Kaylee Pond, the left fielder, leads off. Pond comes in hitting over 300. 4 home runs on the season. Popped up behind second base, and it'll drift out to center field and caught. Probably some more urgency on the Georgia Tech side here, because if they were to lose this game, it possibly could be their last game of the season. They're on the bubble for the NCAA tournament. It rolls past Voiles, but backing her up at second base is Connolly. Hard hit, diving stoppage short. Simon airmails it. Back it up is the right fielder Edgman. Well, they played in all 3 games this past weekend for Cal at Syracuse. Went 2 for 5, scored 3 times.
Between the infield and outfield.
Medina lays down the bunt. That's cut off by...
Really across the whole diamond.
Willer grounds it to third, and a backhand attempt by Marshall, and it's down the left field side and into second with a slide. It's a double. Addie Leschper, and that one gets through the 5-6 hole and into left field, and quickly Willer moves over to third base. Tucker golfs it back to the circle, and they've got the runner hung up between third and home. Throw goes back to third. Marshall throws now to Bell. The first baseman's in the rundown, and there's the tag. And
between third and home.
That ball hit to left field on the run. Caught by Pond, and she fires it in quickly, and the runners have to hold. Morales, and you think your opponent is a little shaky defensively, you're going to put heat on that, and here's another example. Just a bouncing ball off the bat of Vukadinovich, but coming to the plate, a collision and tag out is Tucker. Catcher's obstruction here. I mean, I don't think there's any question. She didn't even make it to the plate, so why would it be? Correct themselves and say obstruction, and they are going to call obstruction
before she had the ball. Once you have the ball, then you can own that baseline, but she did not.
And Chelsea's been ejected. There's Chelsea Spencer going out. Also, to you folks, our viewing audience, this ball's rolled towards third base. Marshall up with it, throw to first. Now the bottom of the second is over. We definitely heard the crew say, wave and a miss. Swing by Marshall, aggressive on 2 strikes, and she fans.
This is what we expect to see from Voiles. Good buckle up.
Well, they're a strikeout victim of Voiles back in the first inning to begin the game. That's a 4-pitch walk. Off speed, strike 3 on the high part of the zone. She brings a 3-2 to Anders. Off speed, looped into right. That's going to get down, take a couple of bounces. Cut off there by Vukadinovich, but headed for the plate, safe. Throw to second was in time, though, and they... Simon towards right. That's going to drop in. Is there a play at first? Attempt made there. Bunted in the air. Diving attempt. It's a foul ball. Marshall. Epperson's 2-2 pitch. Cue foul over in and out of the...
Firing on all cylinders, pitching, defense, and hitting. There's no doubt, but that doesn't happen every time. But you really have to have 2 of the 3 working to have an opportunity to.
Slow ground ball right side. A look at second base by Phillips, but she takes the sure out to Bell.
I don't believe, and that's just something they do not do, and we've seen a lot of long counts, a lot of foul balls.
3-2 pitch put in play to first. Bell takes a step and a half onto the bag. Willer out in the right field. Butler is called off, and the second baseman Phillips makes the catch on the season. And that hit her. 2-1 pitch got her on the leg. You feel like this is a big inning for the Cal offense here, Carol. They need to put some production, some runs on the board here to get back in this thing.
Yeah, you just, okay, the first half of the game they didn't win. Let's try to win the second half here, and just chipping away, not getting the barrels that she wanted to get, and that's just credit to her for working on that, being open and receptive in the middle of a season. Hey, we're going to change your hitting stance. We think it's going to work. And, that's credit to her.
And she hits one down the third base line. The lead runner, Jalous, has to stop at second base for Pond.
This is what Pond can do. Not only can she swing away, but she can go to her slap game, and great barrel control on the outside. Goes high to low. Ball stays inside the third base bag for a fair ball. And you called it, Mark. This inning has the feel that, hey,
Mika Lee. It's going to fade foul. He pulls it back and puts it in the air to left field, and Willer's there to make the catch. Out in front. An outstanding off-speed pitch from Voiles.
And that pitch has been the difference maker for Voiles in this game.
Was promised for Cal. Bell was hit by pitch. Pond singled, so it's 2 on, nobody out, but Voiles has gotten the next 2 on, 2 outs for Medina. She moves that into left. There's a force out at third, but scored it in the air right side, and the first baseman wants it, Leshper.
Mentality has infiltrated into her team at the plate.
Leshper deep to center and goodbye. Her 7th of the season, and she wasted no time jumping on the first pitch in center field.
Talk about aggressive mentality. They've continued it this entire game. This pitch sat too much over the middle of the plate. I don't think this Georgia Tech team's fired up. Feel that pressure. They got down early, 5-0 in the first inning, but you think you see a whole game ahead of you, and you know you've got a strong offense, so you know you can do it, you feel you can do it. But now, the way Georgia Tech has continued to hit the ball hard as Tucker does there for the line out to shortstop.
Cal was able to sweep that series. The starting pitcher today, Anna Reimers, did not make it out of the first. Ball's hit to left field, and Kaylee Pond right there, 2 outs. Well, we mentioned it earlier about each team's.
That's why it's a full body of work. I mean, the games you play the first day of the season in February count just as much as this game. That's why it's a full body of work. I mean, the games you play the first day of the season in February count just as much as this game today.
Lee catches the ball hit by Vukadinovich to center field, and now Cal's going to have to score. Spencer ejected early in the game after a video review resulted in obstruction being assessed. That is a softball back to Sophia Voiles, who throws that softball to first for the first out. Slowly hit towards short. Simon gathers, throws, and out by a step. That's ball 4. Still hope for the Golden Bears. Exactly who they want at the plate in this moment. Pickoff, and the game ends on a pickoff at first base. Hunter to Leshper, and it ends the inning.
Entire game, Leshper sneaks in behind Anders. It's a perfect throw from Reese. This game was dominated on both sides of the ball from
absurd way. It's almost kind of fitting that the game ended on a pickoff. Very unusual. Cal shut out for just the 2nd time all season. They were shut out by Emma Limley. Virginia Tech 9-0, and they got shut out in 5 innings by Voiles here today.